Hello and welcome to our yoga class in the park today. My name is Jodie. I'm your teacher for the class. We're in Place aux Citoyens in Ste Adele, and we'll be starting with our breathing exercises. And we're going to be starting seated today. But if you're feeling better and you want to if it feels better for you, you can lie down your back. And if you prefer, sit up on a cushion. And then take the flesh from your thigh and rotate it out. And think about finding the crown of your head and make sure that it's aligned with the tailbone. Then relax your shoulders. Lift your heart up a tiny bit. And then close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Exhale with a sigh. Again. Inhale deeply. Exhale with a sigh. One more time. Inhale. Exhale with a sigh. So it's very, very normal that we're very distracted. Sometimes there's lots of noises around us. There could be kids, traffic, and just remember this is normal life. And you want to be able to find your concentration coming from inside of you. So take a moment and notice all of those sounds around you that might be distracting, and imagine them fading off into the distance. And you can even imagine the sound like a wave, and it's just going to float away from you. It's going to float away from your neighborhood, and it's just going to slowly disappear off into the distance. And then turn in and focus in towards your breath. And notice if you're still distracted, because sometimes the distraction comes from our own thinking. And thank goodness that the brain is able to be trained like any other muscle in your body, And it's very difficult to not think of anything at all. So a lot of times when we're doing the pranayama or meditation, we're just thinking about one thing. So start concentrating on all of the qualities of your breath and notice the speed that you're breathing at. And notice if you can slow it down even further. Then notice if your breath is very fluid. So we'll often feel a little pause at the top of the inhalation or at the end of the exhalation. But otherwise, it should be very fluid. And notice where the breath is falling in your body. So if it's your chest that's moving, try to deepen the breath and have it so that your belly that moves on the inhalation. And when you exhale, press your belly button just slightly in towards the spine. So again, inhale to your maximum. And exhale to your maximum. So I want to think about inhaling, bringing in nice, new, fresh energy, and exhaling to release all of the other cells of oxygen. So now we're going to start our Ujjayi breath as we breathe slowly with fluidity. And it should be very, very deep. So contract the throat a little bit and think about inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. Very good. So keep a hold of that beautiful breath and start imagining that there's a ball of energy at the base of the spine. And then as you inhale, imagine that it starts floating up towards the third eye. And when you exhale, it's going to go down the hollow column of the spine, right down to the tailbone. So again, each time we inhale, we're going to imagine this ball of energy going up to the third eye. And as we exhale, it comes back down. And you want to think about the physical sensation that this is going to bring into your body. So as you inhale, you're going to feel that you kind of float upwards. And as you exhale, you feel your weight coming back down to the earth. So today we're also going to add in breath retention to this. So you inhale to a very normal and comfortable. And then when you hold the breath for whatever amount of time feels comfortable for you, and then exhale slowly, hold the breath at the bottom of the exhalation again. So continue with your own rhythm. Inhaling to a comfortable level, holding the breath. Exhaling, holding to a comfortable sense as well. Hold the breath for whatever amount of time feels comfortable for you. So the nice thing with the breath retention is that the energy that we're working with is able to really grow as we hold the breath. So when we inhale and the breath comes up to the third eye, it's normal sometimes almost that you can see colors that dance between your eyes. Maybe you notice some kind of vibration between the eyebrows as well. And remember, it's equally important to exhale and bring the energy down. And then you feel that all the weight in the hips are going to start collecting and they'll be much more heavy, and you'll feel the contact that you have with the earth. And as we continue making this cycle of breath, you're going to feel that your energy gets so big that it's like it can't be held in the body anymore. So imagine inhaling, bringing the breath up to the third eye, and then allow the crown of the head open and imagine the energy coming out, and it's going to go right up towards the center of the universe. Then when we exhale, imagine all this energy that's coming in from the universe. It's going to go through the crown of the head. And when it comes down to the tailbone, imagine that it makes an energy type of root. And then it goes down through the earth, right to the center of the earth. So now our body is connected to the center of the universe and the center of the earth. So we have lots of help to work with our energy. So as you inhale, imagine asking the earth to help cleanse out any type of negative energy that we're holding on. So we let the energy come down to the head, and you can imagine the universe taking out all those negative ideas that we hold in our mind. And then let the energy keep coming down, and that it's going to go down through that energetic root. And then you're going to ask the earth to help you transform that energy to its opposite, so that we have the equal and opposite positive energy coming into our body as we inhale. And you can imagine that as we hold the breath, that the positive energy fills each and every cell of our body. Good. So we're going to let the breath retention stop and then come down to a seated position to start our physical postures. So inhale, lift the head up towards the sky. Exhale, roll your back towards the back. Good. Inhale, roll the shoulders back and down, look up towards the sky. Exhale, roll the back towards the back. You'll notice your spine's going to start warming up naturally here. And take note of everything you're feeling this morning. Let the breath guide you. Good. Come back to the center. Relax your shoulders. Bring your hands down by your sides. Inhale, lift your left hand up. Slide the right hand out slightly from the hip. Bend your elbow, and then we're coming into crescent moon. Relax your knees. Lift the heart. Roll your left shoulder slightly backwards. Keep your neck nice and relaxed. And keep both hips solid on the ground. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, let the hand come down. Inhale, lift your right arm up. And then exhale, we're going to come down to the left side in crescent moon. So notice, because we often have one side that's not as flexible as the other. So you want to make sure again that both hips stay solid on the ground and just come down to wherever it's natural for you. Good. Relax your neck. Lift the heart and take a few deep breaths in and out. Super. Inhale up. Exhale, bring the arm down. And then extend your legs forward. Take your thigh and roll it to the side and flex your feet. Press your thighs down towards the floor and lift the heart. So as we do our forward folds, our goal is to touch the belly to the thigh. Good. As you exhale, come down nice and slowly to wherever you can naturally. And then place your hands wherever they're comfortable for you. Now keep your back nice and straight. And as you exhale, notice if you can come down a little bit, working with the low back. And I know that we have that tendency to want to touch our nose to our thighs or to our shins. But think, all of the tendons and the ligaments run from the hips down to the toes. So we want to keep the integrity of the posture as we stretch. So inhaling, stretch up through the crown of the head. Exhaling, come down a little bit more. Good. Inhale, come up nice and slowly. Take your right leg and cross your leg over the left leg so that you can come into a twist. Put the left hand on the right knee and the right hand behind your back. Roll the shoulders back and down. Lower your chin down. And as you exhale, look behind your right shoulder. Keep your hips solid. And every time you inhale, think about stretching your spine. And every time you exhale, see if you can twist a bit more. Inhale, and as you exhale, come back to center. Good. Now extend your right leg forward, and then fold your left leg over the right. Put the right hand on the left knee, the left hand behind your back. Roll the shoulders back and down, lift the heart. And as you exhale, start twisting slowly towards the left. Inhale and exhale to your maximum. And take time to adjust your posture according to the cycle of your breath. Excellent. As you exhale, come back to center. Then cross your legs again. Since we moved around a bit, rotate your thighs outwards again so that you can feel your sits bones on the ground. Straighten your back. Inhale, lift the right arm up, place it down between the shoulder blades, and stretch your elbow back with your left hand. Let the shoulders slide down away from the ears. Take deep breaths. So many of us carry tons of tension around our shoulders. And if that's the case, your hand and your arm might fall asleep. Don't worry too much because it's going to come right back as soon as you lower the arm. Good. Now as you exhale, let the arms come down and make big arm circles. Change directions. Good. Now place your hands down on your knees. Inhale, lift up the left hand. Place the hand between the shoulder blades. Lift your right hand up to hold onto your elbow. And as you exhale, stretch the left shoulder back slightly. Good. Exhale. Release your shoulder blades down away from your ears. And keep taking deep breaths. There's no stress at all here. Excellent. Now as you exhale, let your hands come down to your knees. Now as you inhale, squeeze your shoulders up towards your ears and exhale to let them drop down. Again, inhale, squeeze tight, 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 tight. Exhale to release. And one more time. Inhale, squeeze tight. And then exhale to release. Good. Now come up onto all fours. So make sure that your wrists are protected by making sure that your index are parallel and spread the rest of the fingers out from the index fingers. And put the weight in all four corners of the hand. So we're going to do cat and puppy posture. So as you exhale, roll your back up towards the sky. Inhale, let the belly drop down as you turn the tailbone and the forehead up. So just keep working in this nice rotation, being guided by your breath. And notice if your spine relaxes with repetitions. And just notice if the movement becomes a little bit bigger or easier for you. Excellent. Come back to center. Keep your hips aligned above the knees and then walk your hands all the way towards the left and look back towards your left hip. When you can't walk any further, press your hips a little bit towards the left and you should feel a nice stretch through the right hand side of your body. Take your time and keep breathing deeply. Good. Slowly walk your hands back to center and then keep walking them the whole way towards the right. Press your hip also towards the right if that's available for you. Very good. So again, come back to the center. Make sure that the shoulders and the wrists are still aligned. Now as you inhale, take a step forward with the right foot. Try to have a 90-degree angle with your knees. So lift your toes up, spread them up, and then take a hold of your mat with your toes. Now as you exhale, lean forward with your right knee. As we inhale, try to straighten the knee And if you're comfortable, let the head roller down. So every time you exhale, bring the knee forward. And as we inhale, try to straighten the knee out. Take your time. It takes a while to stretch out the hamstrings. And try to keep your toes and your heels solid to the ground as you go back and forth. Very good. Come back to your center. Contract your abdominal muscles and inhale. Lift your arms up, shoulder distance apart for modified warrior 1. Good. Stretch your hands and look up towards the sky. If you're finding it hard to keep your balance, you have to think about your working with your abdominal muscles. Now as you exhale, bring your hands to your heart in prayer, keeping the elbows nice and wide. Good. Inhale. Exhale. Place your left elbow on your right knee, on the outside of the knee. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, turn a little bit more towards the right by pushing your knee and your elbow together. And just breathe. Good. Now bring the hands down to their mat. Walk your right hand to the outside of the mat. And just go to where you're comfortable as you sink down in this position. If you feel comfortable to go to the next step, bring your elbows down to the mat and interlace your fingers. If you're not comfortable, come down onto your elbows, come back to center, and you just want to come down to wherever it's appropriate for you and your hips. If you're still feeling comfortable and you want to go to the next step, tuck your left toes under, lift the knee up, and press the heel backwards. Keep breathing. Good. Exhale to lower the left knee back, down to the mat, and then bring the knee backwards as well. Good. Now, next side. Inhale, step the left foot forward. You want to make sure you still have that 90-degree angle with the knees. Stretch your toes and activate them on the mat. Now, as we exhale, we're going to slide the left knee forwards. Inhale, straighten the knee. And if you're able to, bring your forehead down towards your knee as well, or to the shin. Keep your foot glued to the mat. Remember, we want to stretch out the whole way from the hips to the toes. Excellent. Come back to your center. Engage your abdominal muscles. Inhale, lift the hands up and over the head. Stretch your fingers out. Keep your elbows straight. Lower the shoulder blades down. Lift the heart up. And shift your gaze up towards the sky. Good. Concentrate on your breath. Very good. As you exhale, let the hands come down to prayer in front of the heart, keeping the elbows wide open. Then as we exhale, put the right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Inhale. And as you exhale, press your knee and elbow together to help bring you into the twist. It creates a type of traction. Good. As you exhale, lower the hands down. Walk your left foot to the outside of the mat. And remember, there's several steps to this posture, so just go to wherever you're feeling comfortable. So just think about sinking down into your hips. And then notice if you're comfortable to go down onto your elbows and interlace your fingers. So keep sinking down into your hips. If you want to try the last step, tuck your toes under, lift the knee up, and press the heel out towards the back. Very good. As you exhale, bring the knee down, come up onto your eyes, and then take a step back with the left knee. Now see if it's okay for you to sit back on your heels. If it's painful for your knees and your ankles, just extend your feet forward. We're going to practice our yoga mudra now. So interlace your fingers behind your back. Good. Straighten your elbows and lift your heart. Press your belly button inwards. And as you exhale, lower down slowly to bring your forehead to the mat. As soon as your forehead comes down to the mat, take a moment to remind yourself to relax your hips and try to keep the palms of your hands together. Keep taking deep breaths. You can bring your hands down now. Good. Press your belly button in and inhale. Come up one vertebrae at a time. Really take a moment to shake out your fingers, make fists. So you're going to do that a second time. So bring your hands behind your back to interlace the fingers, straighten the elbows, press your belly button in. As you exhale, bring the forehead down. Good. Inhale, lift your hands up towards the sky. And this time, we're going to make some circles with the hands so that we're relaxing all the area around the shoulder blades. Change directions. Excellent. Bring the hands down by the hips. Wiggle out your fingers to bring the circulation back. And whenever you're ready, bring the hands forward and open the hips by spreading the knees out. And then you can come down onto your hips. This is the frog posture. And if you're already in a nice stretch between your thighs, stay there. If you want a deeper stretch, bring the hips slightly forward, and you want to have a straight line at the very maximum between your two knees and the hips. Otherwise, keep the hips back towards the heels. Now, if you are very flexible and the frog posture is easy for you, even with the knees and the hips aligned, open up the feet to the sides. And from here, you don't really have to do anything. You just have to relax your muscles. That way, the gravity helps us come down towards the earth. The only thing left to do is just to breathe. Super. Now we're going to bring our knees together and slide your hips side to side to make sure you're still comfortable. Excellent. Now come down onto your belly. Relax your legs once you're down on your belly, and then allow your big toes to point towards one another. Bring your hands to the mat underneath your elbows. Take time to rotate the shoulders back and down. And we're going to go into baby cobra here. So you have to engage your abdominal muscle, and then inhale, come up to wherever you're able to, just using your abdominal strength. So there's no weight in the hands. And then just do a few deep breaths. Very good. As you exhale, let the forehead come down to the mat. Inhale, lift the feet up behind, and then slide them side to side. Very good. Now bring your feet down to the mat, and we're going to do one more cobra. Good. Place the hands shoulder distance apart. Bring the elbows in by the rib cage. Inhale to wherever you're able to in cobra posture. If your feet are lifting up, it means that you're working through your hips. And remind yourself to relax your hips. Look forward and stretch up through the crown of the head. Good. Exhale to come down. Again, slide your feet side to side. Good. Come back to your center. As you exhale, let the feet come down to the mat. We're going to keep our forehead to the mat and advance the right arm. Now, bend your left leg and hold on to the foot with the hand. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, press your left foot backwards. It's going to lift you up. And we're just going to take a few deep breaths here. Good. Now as you exhale, come back down and let your foot come to the earth. Bring your right arm forward. Good. Sorry, I meant bring your left arm forward and then bend your right knee. Hold onto the foot with the right hand. And as you exhale, press your right foot backwards. You might notice the stretch on the front of the body and the shoulder. As we exhale, we're going to come down nice and slowly. Keep a hold of the foot and then bend the left knee and hold on to 2 feet with 2 hands. Inhale. Exhale, press both feet towards the back. Excellent. As you exhale, come down nice and slowly. Bring your hands under your shoulders and press back for child's pose. You can even press your hands into the earth to stretch your back. Excellent. So slide down onto your belly. Good. Place your hands down on the side about 45 degrees from your body. Inhale, lift your left leg up right from the hip and then start twisting it backwards. You just want to go back until you feel a good twist in your spine. So you're going to see some people will feel that their leg can stay up in the air. And there's some people that their foot is gonna go and touch the floor behind you. Just go to wherever it's comfortable and then relax. And start noticing the sensation where the gravity starts pulling the leg down towards the ground. And you'll notice the spine starts opening. Now you have a choice of staying stable here or doing leg circles. So you'd be going inhaling up and around and then exhale down and around. So remember, just make the leg circle the size that's comfortable for your body. Change directions. Good. Now let the foot come down to the back again. And notice if it's at the same angle as before. Maybe it's changed positions. Keep relaxing your back. Inhale. And as you exhale, come back onto your stomach nice and slowly. Excellent. Now we're going to do the other side. So this time we're going to turn it so that our left ear is on the ground. Inhale to lift the whole right leg up. Exhale to start twisting towards the back. So don't worry if your leg is up in the air or if the foot is sitting behind. The sensation is what is important. Good, relax your back. So you always have that option of making the circles with the leg. So be inhaling up and exhaling down and around. Remember, we're not forcing, you're just drawing out your mobility. And then change directions. Good. Let the foot come back again. And if you're able to, slide it back a little bit by walking your feet. Take your time. Very good. Now with the next exhalation, come down onto your stomach, nice and slowly. That's great. So for our next exercise, take your bolster. And if you don't happen to have a bolster at home, take a towel and roll it up. Now when we lie back on the bolster, you want to have it just under the shoulder blades. So there's a bit of space behind your back. And come down, so nice and slowly down the bolster. You might need to put your block under your head and just let the back be comfortable. You'll also want to notice how you're feeling with your shoulders, and if you're very tense, bring your hands to your belly. If it's not so bad, let your hands come down on the side and let your elbows rest on the cushion. Then notice how it feels if your hands come down directly to the ground, and then stretch the arms up and over the head. Ask yourself what is going to give you the best effect in your back. and feel and hear all of those signals the back starts to give you. Relax everything by your heart. Even close your eyes. And just imagine so just start imagining the center of your chest. And imagine that in that area, every single muscle, tendon, ligament, everything starts just melting. You can even imagine that there's a center line that goes through your whole body. And imagine your whole body getting so relaxed that the sides of your body start sliding towards the mat. And make sure that we feel everything relax. We often hold on to lots of tension around our hearts and shoulders, especially. You don't have to stress about anything right now. Just let the body become nice and formed from just relaxing on the bolster. That's excellent. Good. So now to come out of this posture, the easiest thing is to bend your knees and have your feet on the ground, and then put your elbow on the cushion. Contract your abdominal muscles. Press the elbows in, lift your head up, and then you can come to a seated position. Good. Slide your cushion to the side and come back onto your back. Good. Make sure you've created lots of space between the ears and the shoulder, and that your hips are nice and comfortable. Inhale, lift the right leg up and hold on to the ankle or calf with your fingers interlaced behind it. It's up to you if you want to bend your left knee or not. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, bring the leg in towards the body. Relax your hamstrings as much as you can. Relax your shoulders. And you're actually going to feel like the weight of the arms start pulling the leg down towards your body. Take your time. Excellent. Now hold on to your big toe with the first two fingers, and then slowly let the right leg open up to the right, just to wherever it wants to go naturally. Don't worry if your interior thigh is tight and it doesn't go down very far. That doesn't matter. Relax your shoulders. The only muscular thing you really need to be doing right now is pressing your left hip to the ground. And whenever you find and feel the openings, let your leg go down a little bit more. Inhale, bring your leg to the center. Exhale, let the leg float down to the mat. Inhale, lift up the left leg. It's up to you if you want to bend the right leg or not. Inhale, straighten the leg, and exhale, pull the leg in towards the body. Nice and slowly. Good. So when you feel the release, pull the leg in by your body. So now when you're finding that the stretches are becoming a little easier, as you inhale, pull the legs just slightly in again. Try to keep the knee quite straight. Excellent. Now, you can either hold on to the big toe with the first two fingers of the left hand or hold on to the strap with the left hand. And as you exhale, lower the left leg to the left while keeping the right hip pinned to the floor. Very good. As you inhale, bring the leg back to center. And as you exhale, lower the leg back down to the floor. Very good. Now, bend both knees and bring one knee in at a time towards the belly. You can hug onto your knees or just place your hands on your knees. And then spread your arms out in a T position on the ground. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, let the knees come down to the right side. Then turn your head slightly to the left. Relax your low back. And once you're nice and relaxed, experiment a little bit with the angle of your knees to make sure that you're targeting the area of your back that needs the most attention this morning. And then just breathe. Excellent. Contract your abdominal muscles. And as you inhale, bring your knees to the center. As you exhale, let them lower down to the left side. And then turn your head towards the right. So again, relax the muscles in your back. And then adjust the angles of your knees to work with whatever it is that you need the most help with this morning. And then just keep taking deep breaths again. Very good. As you exhale, unwind slowly. Bring your legs to the ground. Let your hands come down by your sides for Savasana. All you have to do is put your body in the most comfortable position as possible. So if you need anything to cover yourself, feel free. Or place a cushion under your knees, whatever feels good. Good. So start noticing all the sensations you have in your body at this moment, especially the areas of your body that are touching the ground right now. So the back of your head, your shoulder blades, your hips, and your heels. And notice the sensation, how it feels like they start sinking down towards the ground every time you exhale. And you'll feel your body getting heavier as the whole thing starts melting down. So it's always so important to give yourself a little moment at the end of the class to really relax after making those physical changes to the body. That way we allow the feeling of wellness to really sink into the body and become the new normal. We're so many people who rush around, who do too much, who don't have time to always look at what they're doing. And it's so easy to get caught up in that chaos and become unbalanced. And as we continue our yoga practice, and this yoga practice helps us so much to come back into our center, to feel well again. And we also want to think about programming our mind to always react as if we're able to relax, even if there's a lot going around. So again, notice all of the sensations you have at this moment. And take a moment to notice how lucky we are right now to be able to practice together, to help each other feel better and better. So to bring your spirit back into your body, you can start wiggling your fingers and your toes nice and slowly. Feel free to take any last movements or stretches you need. And when you feel fine, bend your knees and roll over on the right side in fetal position. As you inhale, press your left hand to the floor to help you come into a seated position. Whichever one is the most comfortable for you. Take time to straighten your back. Relax your shoulders and lift your hands to your heart in prayer. So we'll be chanting Om to end our class today. Take a deep breath in. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you.